Michigan State. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. So UCLA's offense will get the first swing of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really... Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside, defense.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're working that left side. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Back to pass on second down. Complete downfield. Touchdown, UCLA! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Michigan State Spartans offense has the ball for the first time. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him. And if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access. Because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
Fires complete on the crosser. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be.
Turning it on. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Fires to the tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Oh, what a move to get room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Bruins in the hurry-up. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Quick release by the QB. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Working that left side now. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break up the football when it's throwing one of those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds a man in the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Off play action. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on third down. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Bruins started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Rides to back and leaves it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be a draw. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They turn to the passing game on third and short. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Setting up the screen. A 6-yard pickup. That leaves them with third and 4. The Spartans come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Snap from the gun on third down. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
And the offense suddenly, with an opportunity it couldn't have expected, with a first and goal after the pick. The give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA.
This This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
And he added the extra point.
Michigan State, 0.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man on the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Handoff to the single back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. And the Spartans are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Cook. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that's a first down.
They go to the ground. Got enough for the first. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Spartans want to pick up the tempo. This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads, they move the chains. Le'Veon Bell, among many, who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pulled back a couple years ago, such a great season, too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not being the quote-unquote main team in their state, but they're going to hit you in the face, and they're going to play physical.
There he goes. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds a man on the left. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Slams ahead. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State.
You don't oftentimes say you need to score a touchdown in the first quarter, but when you're losing 21-0 in the first, they had to score right there, and they did. Nice job by the offense, executing on the drive, punctuating it with a touchdown. Now their defense has got to finally wake up and get a stop.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play for a snap of the drive from the 25. He'll do it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Holds and fires complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This is a real chance to sort of settle things down, maybe generate a little momentum if you can put together a touchdown drive here.
Oh, it'd be a great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but I feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this huddle on the field and go, look, guys, it's on us to march this ball down the field, score some points, and bring some energy now to our sideline.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. He'll keep it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Bruins moving quickly to the line.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Bruins. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
The AT unit on the field. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Coastal Carolina came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Chants team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Fun Belt, and that certainly held true again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll try the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Third down coming up.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold on.
That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. A little release to the back. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
In punt formation to kick it away.
They boot it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up for the big play.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball.
They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they will score. Touchdown, Sparty. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They'll try to run for it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Bruins will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. This time they'll go to the running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Spartans really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Spartans have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, they give to the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. The inside handoff. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. He'll set up to throw. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Finds the tight end. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Oh, will they dial up on second and a long way to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. It's complete on the right side. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Using his feet. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Gets it out fast. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Off the play fake on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Lost a throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. To the air on first down. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pocket breaking down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's head back to the place they've been playing football for more than 100 years, Spartan Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Spartans send out the punt unit. Just needs a crack to get a return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. He'll start this drive firing. He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Bruins headed quickly to the line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Flips it out in the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Offense gets set for second down. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now, because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
The give on the option. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Sparty at nearly 75,000 of his closest friends, pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. They go to the draw. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. He'll pull it on the read. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Bruins will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, UCLA! Great job by the back on the option. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yulman Stadium. They're up by 7 over Rice. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Spartans decide to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Takes it on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll run the counter. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here comes the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Quickly complete. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. The field goal is no good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Trying play action. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. He'll try to sneak it.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll run it from the gun. At the 15, Hopes.
Well, that's a big run play, and it's not easy to do. Down at this area of the field, backed up in your own end. I mean, you're running into a box that's loaded full of bodies defensively, but the ball carrier was just able to sort of sneak and weave his way through there, giving his offense now a ton of room to work with.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Gives it on the option. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And first down for the offense.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Immediately fires to the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. They're setting up the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Safe completion on the screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll do it himself.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the Bruins trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Coming up, fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Off-play action on first down. Quick strike complete. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Handoff from the shotgun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. He'll sneak it.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
After After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. And let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. After that last completion, it's second down. Motion from the wideout. Wants to fire on second down. Got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
They want that clock to run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line.
Second down coming up.
Wide receiver going in motion. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down, partner. He's a yard short. Hunt is on its way. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at one loss late in the year, their college football playoff hopes very much alive still. Now, can they turn this into a positive and get back on the horse?
And we've seen that in recent years, right? Like you saw Ohio State, they used a late loss to catapult them. They had so much energy and so many doubters and haters that propelled them to go win a national championship. So this moment, while it's sad and it's kind of depressing for them, could be one of the better moments of their season if they use it for good.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.